One way that you can start that conversation is take some of that uncomfortableness off the table. But first you need to address, why aren't we having that conversation? And, one of the reasons is what's called the ostrich effect. And so a lot of times when something is uncomfortable, or especially dealing with family members, and you just don't want to deal with the drama and the uncomfortableness, and especially with your parents, you don't want to make them feel bad. So you stick your head in the sand and avoid the conversation altogether.
Right, and it runs both ways. Most adult children don't even want to, they're quietly hoping that their parents are okay, and they're going to be fine, and everything's going to be taken care of, and so they wait with those conversations and don't have them. And then at the same time, most parents, they don't want to feel scrutinized, or don't want to, maybe they're going to feel embarrassed or seem like they're losing themselves, or maybe their independence even, and so they know. What happens is really nobody brings anything up, and therefore nothing's even solved.
Yeah. So one way that you might be able to make that conversation easier is the way you frame it up. Instead of going to your parents and saying, you need to deal with this, or I can tell you're slipping, or not remembering things. Frame it in a way that turns it back on you. For example, I was sitting with my financial advisor the other day, and we were going over that we needed to get these documents or these plans lined up for our family and make it a joint, include them in that conversation. And that takes some of that criticism feel away from that conversation.
Yeah, so that's a good idea. So kind of keeping that first conversation bounded, if you will, is you don't need to talk about everything at once. Just maybe bring up a topic like, where's I know you've got maybe some of your important documents. You've probably done those. Where do you happen to keep those? We're trying to figure out where to keep ours.
Right.
And bring that up as a topic. Or who's your contact at the bank? Our contact at the bank, so-and-so, and just bring it up in a conversation. And what happens, if one of you are in the hospital and the other needs to make a call on the type of care you need. So one conversation like that may open up the door to another, and you're not just jumping maybe in the deep end, and maybe that one question kind of uncovers some maybe more comprehensive matters, if you will.
Right. And I think also another avenue you can take is schedule a time to talk with a financial professional, an advisor, or someone that you prefer to work with that can take that, be a middleman for that, be a neutral voice, and it becomes just working through a set of items that you need to work on, instead of people sitting across the table saying you need to do this, you need to do this. Let the professional say this is what needs to happen.
Yeah,